Well, hello everyone and welcome to BZW and DDW Worlds Collide Night 2. If you are just now tuning in to Worlds Collide and you haven't seen Night 1, well, I highly recommend you go and do so as well. Worlds Collide so far has been a really action-packed show as well. Night 1, we had the BZW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, defending his BZW World Championship against DDW's Alexander Hammerstone. Well, here tonight on Night 2 in Philadelphia, live from the 2-300 Arena, we've got MJF defending that same belt against Terry fucking Funk. And honestly, if you're not down with that, well, I don't know what you're going to be down with, because even though, at least last I recall on the spreadsheet, this match will not be going extreme, but you never know. When it comes to MJF, he might play a little dirty as he comes out here dripped out with both the DDW Intercontinental Championship and the BZW World Championship. He did technically defend that Intercontinental Championship on Night 1 against Alexander Hammerstone. It was an impromptu title defense as it was added alongside that BZW World Championship, as we are on the Sympathy for the Devil World Tour, and well, this is honestly gonna be an exciting bout in itself, alongside the fact that Hammerstone fought MJF just last night in Texas. You know, I agree with their booing, and I definitely agree with the fans right now. Please shut the fuck up, Max. Well, I'm gonna try to keep my composure here the best I can and try not to be as biased as I just was a second ago, especially with all those harsh things that Max has just said about this man, Terry fucking Funk. It really hurts me a bit, just because this man right here, double champed up, representing DDW as a champion, really has this, you know, let me just breathe. We are about to see some incredible action, and hopefully Terry Funk will whip MJ's ass all around this arena. Come on, Max, don't be a coward. Accept the Philadelphia street fight. Oh my, well, Maxwell, he's accepted the Philadelphia street fight, but he's also pre-attacked Terry Funk with that microphone twice here so far. And well, now that the bell is rung, he hits Terry Funk with that BZW World Heavyweight Championship, knocking him clean into the ropes. And well, knowing the age difference here, now that Maxwell is choking him out as well, all this offense so early on to Terry Funk has definitely got to play into Maxwell's favor here, as he still has yet to release that scarf from around Terry Funk's neck, and he finally does it as I say something, kind of like a little odd coincidence there, as he taunts the crowd, but it doesn't matter, because he took his eyes off that dangerous man, Terry fucking Funk, and Terry Funk is doing the same to Max as he did to him, but now he's got him in a sleeper hold here on the outside of the ring. Sadly, that will not be stopping any fights here tonight, but it is wearing Maxwell down, and it could lead to a new BZW World Heavyweight Champion. And well, Maxwell, he's got a hold of the ankle, but Terry Funk reverses that with a stiff punch to the face, and he's knocking him off those stage crates there, and he's repeatedly knocking his head off those stage crates. As well, now Terry pushes him into the ropes. Maxwell rebounds into a punch, and he rebounds again into a back body drop onto those stage crates there. And Terry Funk takes him off that crate, and he throws him here in front of that stage cage area. I say stage cage as it is a cage wall nonetheless, as Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he is taking his sweet time recovering here, as Terry Funk has had no issue busting out the weapons here for this extreme contest here in the 2-300 arena for this now Philadelphia street fight, as Terry Funk has loaded that ring up indeed, and he smacks Maxwell right upside the head with that trash can lid, and he smacks his face off that steel cage, and he just continues to do it as he feeds him a stiff punch, and he looks to be giving him a suplex off the stage through those two tables, and he does it, and he suplexed him and tossed him off the stage nonetheless. He didn't fall with him, which is what makes that even more devastating on Maxwell's end. And Terry Funk, he is being relentless here. He has no mercy for this yellow belly coward, as Terry Funk continues to stomp a mud hole in him like he was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Terry Funk finally stops as he now moves that table out of his way to get into the ring, as I think Terry Funk has more devastating things in mind with that barbed wire wrapped table. As Maxwell seems to be recovering a little bit here, Terry Funk finally has that table set up, and he's placating into the crowd here as well. What's going to happen from here on out, I don't know. But Maxwell, he does see what Terry Funk is doing, and he seems to want to put an end to what Terry Funk is doing. And what he does is he hits him with a stiff elbow to the back of the head, and he's looking for that heat-seeking missile on top of that pile of chairs, and he went for it, but Terry Funk has reversed it with another back body drop, but devastating enough, to the outside from inside the ring over that top rope, and Maxwell landed bad on that right hip of his, and Terry Funk comes diving down with an elbow drop from Brett's rope. And while Terry Funk isn't done, as he sees a fan here handing a crutch to him, as he wants him to use his crutch to gain the advantage over the devil here, and he is doing so as he takes Maxwell and drives him into the steel steps using the crutch's elevation. And oh, speaking of using that crutch, he just dove straight into the same fan, and he took Maxwell with him and another fan out, as this arena is chanting, "This is awesome," and I can't say I don't agree, as this is certainly awesome indeed. As well, with a Philadelphia street fight, what do you expect? As it is hardcore here tonight in the building, and it is all for that beautiful BZW World Championship, as well the DDW Intercontinental Championship is also on representation here. And speaking of the representation, the man who's representing them is running away like a coward, as Terry Funk chases him, and Terry Funk throws him into that ladder and throws him into the railing. But oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is going on here? As Terry Funk is being jumped. I still can't believe it. Shawn Spears comes out here and interferes in this Philadelphia street fight, and then Max pushed Terry Funk all the way up from the top of those stairs, all the way down here onto that barbed wire board. And I bet that prick is happy with himself. Not just Maxwell, but that douchebag standing there in front of me technically, as he's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from my announcer's booth. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to try to keep my composure, but when this legend here is bleeding out of his back from a death-defying fall like that, I'm going to be a little pissed. And of course, leave it to Max to gloat about what he did to the legend, Terry Funk. Well, Max, it may not be one, but we've got two ECW legends coming out for you. And they're the Dudley Boys. We've got Bully Ray and Brother Devon in the house. I don't know about this plan Triple B, but I think whoever dates Maxwell here in the future should definitely consider at least taking some Plan B, because I would not want to have that man's kids. But as you can see, Plan Triple B was just to bring out the rest of the Pinnacle here. And well, I didn't like the odds for Devon, but if I recall that music correctly from Legends Night, we've got the big man himself, Bam Bam Bigelow, here on the side of Team ECW. And well, we've also got my main man, my GOAT. He's one of a kind. His name is Rob Van Dam. Well, the lights have gone out here in the building, and I don't know. Well, this is definitely an interesting way to make an entrance. And well, Maxwell seems to be shitting his pants right now, or well, should I say his tights as well. We've got Team ECW versus the Pinnacle in the ring right now. I don't think this is actually going to be its own matchup, as well, technically the bell has yet to ring, as this matchup is still going. Terry Funk is just being looked on in the back to make sure he can still even walk after that death-defying drop. And we're still waiting for the Sandman, but of course I love hearing this Enter Sandman by Metallica here in the building, as we're getting a nice shot of those beautiful belts here. And there he is at the top of the crowd. Over here to my right, we've got the Sandman making his way down to the ring from the crowd in typical Sandman fashion, with beer in hand and all. And look at that man down that beer real quick, as of course kind of like Jeff Hardy dancing. This man can't take 5 minutes out of his day without guzzling a beer down and crushing it on his skull. But that's what we ECW fans love from the Sandman, as we get this action on their way. And well, RVD doesn't seem to hesitate there as I say that, as he hits Spears with that chair, and the Dudley Boys land a 3D on that pile of chairs. To one half of FTR here, and Wardlow and Bam Bam are going toe to toe here in the middle of the ring, as that's a matchup I gotta see in the future of DDW. But Sandman diving from the second row of the crowd over here in this back area onto Maxwell, hitting him with that kendo stick as the Dudley Boys and FTR are battling over on the other side of the arena. RVD hits Spears with a superplex on top of his own buddies and FTR, and Wardlow hitting a spear through the middle ropes, through that table onto Bam Bam Bigelow, leaving it now down to the Sandman and MJF, who have had a matchup in DDW's history, actually at the last pay-per-view in fact, which was Ladder War and a tables match. And ooh, a White Russian leg sweep onto that pile of chairs. That can't feel good at all. As we see the carnage from these two teams. Mind you, this isn't even a match. This is like a sub-match happening within the main match. Well, after a quite intense showdown between two teams, we've got a standoff that ends in a low blow between MJF and the Sandman. Sad to say, and it seems like MJF is going to pay the White Russian leg sweep favor back with a pile driver onto those steel chairs. And, you know, after eating a pile driver at the UK tour, my neck feels for that one. But it doesn't matter, as Terry Funk is coming back to the ring. After that scary, death-defying fall, Terry Funk is back. And Terry Funk has a flaming barbed wire 2x4 as he knocks that kendo stick out of Max's hands, and he hit him upside the head with that 2x4. Wardlow somehow caught it though, but Funk gave him a punch for his troubles, and he landed into that pile of table scraps as he grabs crutch wrapped in barbed wire. And now Max is finally busted open, just like Terry Funk was busted open earlier on his back. And Terry Funk sends him flying outside of the ring with that crutch wrapped in barbed wire. But oh, it doesn't matter, as Shawn Spears just wrapped a guitar around the head of Terry Funk, and he's digging for another weapon. Oh, he found barbed wire just loose, wrapped around that trash can. And Maxwell, well, he is leaking like a son of a bitch. But speaking of someone who's gonna be leaking, sadly, the legendary Funk just ate 3 strikes from that barbed wire wrapped hand of Spears. But oh, RVD coming for the save with that wooden like bat of sorts. I can't exactly remember what it's used for, but he also just hit him with a shovel, and he's got a billy club and a nightstick just beating him inside of a trash can, as now he's using those educated feet for good use as he kicks him multiple times while he's in that trash can. But it doesn't matter, as Maxwell just pulled a Triple H. He is the game now, as he's using a sledgehammer to the back of the skull to take out his foes. And well, all this carnage being caused here tonight on night 2 of Worlds Collide, all for the BZW World Championship. I can see the lengths Maxwell is willing to go, but it doesn't matter, as Terry Funk hits him with that low blow. Terry Funk still has fight, even leaking from his skull. Terry Funk is getting up to his feet, but so isn't Maxwell with Shawn Spears. This fight is getting close to the end. I can feel it as Maxwell pulls Spears in the way, and Terry Funk puts Spears through that barbed wire table that he had set up earlier. And that just shows you the kind of man that Maxwell is, pulling one of his teammates into harm's way. But we have more important things to attend to, because, you know, since I began doing commentary here for the first time in DDW, I think seeing a goddamn tombstone might be the most insane thing I've gotten to call being used as a weapon here in any sort of matchup, let alone the first ever Philadelphia street fight I am being able to call, as Maxwell just super kicked Funk's head clean off his shoulders, but Funk is still fighting back somehow, as whoa, AJ Styles has come out of nowhere and hit Funk with the phenomenal forearm that was clearly meant for Maxwell. AJ Styles was trying to prove a point to his DDW Armageddon opponent for that Intercontinental Championship, as Maxwell Jacob Friedman just hit a tombstone pile driver on that tombstone slab of concrete. That might be one of the most insane things I've gotten to call here in Damn Defiant Wrestling, let alone being a part of this joint show, as Maxwell Jacob Friedman not just won with that tombstone pile driver, but with that tombstone he was able to retain his BZW World Heavyweight Championship, and well, he's got that and the DDW Intercontinental Championship on his shoulders, as Kenny Omega's music just hit, a man who is also on the DDW roster, making his way out to the ring to confront the BZW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who is also the Intercontinental Champion for my promotion, and Maxwell just brushes him clean off. Maxwell don't care. Maxwell don't give a shit. What? Oh, this is even bigger. This is a man who has a United States Championship matchup at Damn Defiant Wrestling Armageddon. His name is John Cena, as Maxwell finds himself caught in a rock in a hard place. We are sadly running out of time here tonight, so may I promote the Sympathy for the Devil World Tour, as we've got a few matches I can confirm right now for you, as we've got Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Kenny Omega. We've got John Cena versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and well, this is kind of a nice little tease in the Armageddon, as we have MJF versus AJ Styles.